And we are live.
Good morning, everyone, and aloha snack bar to all of you. It's the one, the only V, the Senor Silverback coming to you live with the main man, the master of the flux capacitor himself, the sidekick extraordinaire, and the producer par excellence, CJ. It's another Rogue Money Mornings where we break down the news, the views, and all the information that's important to you. You can check us out on roguemoney.net and Twitter at the Rogue Money, as well as Rogue Money Facebook page, the Apple News app, as well as every single podcasting app out there, because we're there. Get the podcast, subscribe. We're there everywhere. I mean, I don't even know how many millions listen to us on podcasts. It's even more than it is on YouTube. It's incredible. With that being said, guys, also check out our sponsors, myfreedomnow.us, myfreedomnow.us. Get your credit fixed, get out of debt, or if your credit's fine and you need some money for investments, you have that you want to purchase that dream home, or the heck of it, your kids are out of the house and you're looking at that Porsche 911 Turbo. Then go to myfreedomnow.us, myfreedomnow.us. They can get you $600,000 unsecured. They deal with a network of 335 lenders. MyFreedomNow.us. With that being said, what's going on, CJ?
Hey, good morning, V. Good morning. No, I just want to take a moment and thank our listeners. You're absolutely right. When you take a look at our numbers, our growth on Twitter, Facebook, Steam it, YouTube, and that doesn't happen, just by itself. That's our supporters, sharing our information, sharing our videos. So I just want to let our listeners know I really appreciate that, and let's keep it up.
Absolutely, man. 1000%. Yeah, man. I mean, before we went on the air, we were just talking about like something going around. You're not feeling 100%. Yeah, last night I was not feeling well at all. But something's going around, CJ. Something's flying around.
Absolutely. Well, something's flying around, and it's the criminality of the Democrats and Clinton and Obama and all their former crimes and how they're trying to cover it up. V.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Let's break that down. You got Robert Mueller, who is now you have an absolute sinner, an absolute villain who is pretending to be a saint and a good guy. And what's going on here? Well, CJ, turns out that none other than Robert Mueller was very much intimately involved in the Russian uranium deal back in 2009 when Hillary had her plane side, forget the fire side, forget a car side, but a plane side tarmac meeting. Would you break that down for us, bro?
What is it with the Clintons and these tarmac, secret meetings and, Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton, and now this revealed regarding Hillary? So V, there's a new WikiLeaks release cable that details out specifically when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State that she pretty much gave the order for then FBI Director Mueller to deliver a sample of uranium that was actually confiscated in Georgia, and this resulted from they believe that this uranium was originally stolen from Russia, and Russia had demanded it back, saying, hey, we need to confirm that it's truly ours, because who knows at that point. So instead of having complete transparency and which at that point probably the NSA, Congress may even need to be notified, instead of properly going through the channels, Hillary, through her State Department, worked this back-end deal, V, for Robert Mueller to basically deliver this sample uranium in a suitcase on a plane to meet with Russian officials.
I mean, it's this. You might say, what's the Clintons and tarmac? Okay, what's the deal with Clintons and tarmac? Well, I'll tell you what the deal with Clintons and tarmac. I have one name. One name, CJ, is going to tie Clinton, plane, and tarmac together. Just one name. You ready for it?
Go for it.
Barry Seal.
Yeah.
Slick Willie and Hillary are very intimate with airplanes and tarmacs because their buddy Barry Seal would deliver to them cocaine in Mena, Arkansas on a plane on a tarmac. That's why. So this whole plane and getting on a plane with a suitcase and opening it up and be like, I got the goods, you got the dough. That's a Clintonista thing, bro.
They're branding it. They're branding it.
Serious. It's a Clinton Eastern thing. It's unreal, man. Doesn't surprise me. And here's Mueller looking for Russian connections. Why don't you look up your own a-hole, Mueller? How about that? Anyway.
Yeah. No, and it's a very valid point. Exactly what you just said. So here they're specifically trying time and time again for this whole Trump Russian collusion thing. That's not there. But you look at the history and the criminality of what occurred while then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and that's not even scratching the surface, in terms of the money that Russia laundered through the Clinton Foundation as well. So who's really in bed with the Russians here?
Exactly, man. It was oh my God, that uranium deal was tens of millions of dollars. After a couple $1 million donation was made to the Clinton Foundation, then voila! The uranium deal was pushed through, and Rosatom was able to purchase and secure over 20% of American uranium. And that's just coincidence, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I mean the criminality, and the thing is that some of these laws are set up and established to help protect these darn criminals. It's revealed through recent information that something that we have been really pushing for, and that's for them to gather the data to see specifically who unmasked during that time period. Donald Trump, who else was unmasked, who ordered this information. And now Judicial Watch is reporting that their Freedom of Information request is being rejected, right, because so conveniently these records were moved to the Obama library.
Which is not even built yet, is it? CJ, check that out for me real quick. See if the Odumbo library was built.
All right. Do you want to go through this?
Yeah. Let me break this down real quick.
Okay, go for it. I'll look it up. All right.
Here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. So all the shenanigans that were occurring in Obama's, dismantling of America campaign that he did for the last 8 years, if you don't believe me, the metrics are there. Don't give that crap that Obama under Odumbo, the Dow, when he came in, oh my God, the Dow was only 6,000 points, and when he left, it was 19,000. Don't give that horse crap. That's nothing to do with Obama. All right. So let's look at Obama. What he did. Well, Susan Rice Cerrone, who is heavily involved in the meddling of the entire. This is the woman who was in the center focal point of the unmasking investigation. All the documents that she signed off on, calling for the unmasking of these individuals, like President Donald Trump, or at that time candidate or president-elect Donald Trump, General Michael Flynn, and other various members of the Trump team, okay? What this woman has done, she's the one who called the shots. Now, the documentation, the paper trail that calls for those shots, well, they're not there at the general area where they keep all the records within the National Security Council. They're not there. So if it's not at the National Security Council, where the hell is it? Well, all the requests, all the records were moved to the Barry Soetoro Barack Obama Presidential Library. And because it's a presidential library, one of the stipulations that he has put there was that it will remain closed to the public for 5 years. Okay? The documents from the Obama administration, this is what they're saying from the National Security Council. Documents from the Obama administration have been transferred to the Barack Obama Presidential Library, which I don't even think is built yet.
No, it's not.
Yeah, there you go. And it could be not built for another 10 years.
The project is expected, and again, they have to raise millions of dollars in podunk, Chicago, broke city. Yep. The aim is to finish the project by 2021. So where are these records being stored? Where are they being kept? Where is it secure?
It's gone. Do you see the game? All the Barack Obama's criminal records he took with him. And he says the documents from the Obama administration has been transferred to the Barry O Presidential Library. Now, you may send your request to the Odumbo Library. However, you should be aware that under Presidential Records Act, presidential records remain closed to the public for 5 years after the administration has left office. Well, ain't that a quinky dink, CJ?
Yeah, how convenient. And if you take a look at when Obama left office, he flew off to these private islands. Who knows what was on those planes with him, right? Who knows where these documents are being stored?
Exactly correct. This
Now,
guy, he's an intel operator who knows how to dust his tracks, and he's going to dust his tracks. You're not going to see those records; they're gone.
yeah, they're gone. Now, again, this is through the Freedom of Information Act. These documents, still could be, if a criminal investigation were open, still could be subpoenaed. You're right, V. Would they actually ever get them? But the problem is that half the time, for some reason, V, the Republicans just don't have the balls to call these people out. They just want to dance around and play, and just allow the hardline Democrats to get away with everything that they do. I mean, at least I give them credit. At least they're not afraid to play hardball,
No,
on the political side.
exactly correct, man. Meanwhile, our side is too busy following the rules. That's the problem. It's like these guys are playing dirty. Our side is just pussyfooting around. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, this information, specifically needs to be known. We need to know who ordered it and for what purpose. These things as us, we're Americans. We're protected, under our civil liberties of not being, in any type of surveillance, being released. If it is, there's proper steps to take to show specifically who requested them and for what purpose. V.
Yeah, exactly correct, man. Exactly correct. Which brings us to the next thing, CJ. World War III hype continues. And that also coincides with the other story, which is Russia is not going to play with the U.S. anymore in terms of airplanes. Let's break that down.
It's a real dirty deal. How the U.S. Basically shot down. Was it F-15? Did they shut down or what?
No, it was a Su-22. It was a Su-22 Russian fighter.
So basically, the only reason that this U.S. aircraft was allowed to completely fly across Syria was because of this cable line that they have open, this open military communication line to establish it. Hey, by the way, we have a bird that's up, and here's specifically what's happening. However, what they did not state was their purpose, and we know the outcome now. So Russia basically is putting their foot down, and saying, you know what? We're finished with it. We're done. We're killing this open line of communication for military communication. Going forward, anything that's in the sky over Syria, it's coming down.
Yeah. So I think the America's going to get a taste of what the real Iron Dome defense, and Israel's going to get a taste of what the real Iron Dome defense is going to look like. Because here's the deal: it's like and you might say to yourself, why doesn't just Putin do it already? Well, the reason is this: he wants to give the Americans this many chances. So you got to understand, Putin already knows this. The American deep state and the American military complex, they can't help themselves. They have to drop a bomb on helpless people. They have to shoot down a plane that can't defend itself. They have to do these. They can't help but cause chaos. So he's trying to display that. He wants to show that. And this way, they fall. The industrial complex, the deep state falls on its own sword. Everybody sees it. It's a bloody shame. Like, look, look. I respect all the service members that are out there. Thank you all for your service. But honestly, guys, come on. Can we just let's take a step away from the Kool-Aid for 1 second? You're not fighting for freedom. You're not fighting for democracy. You're not fighting for the best interest of the United States. You're not fighting for the Constitution. So what the hell are you fighting for? Oh, I just take orders. You are fighting the wars for bankers. You're fighting wars for corporations. That is it. You're putting your life at risk and health at risk to fight corporations. That's why these guys are coming back like, I served in Iraq, man. I spilled my blood for this country. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, bro. Nothing to do with 9/11. It's like, and we need to stop this recruitment of young, talented, gifted men and women to be ground up as cannon fodder for these military escapades, CJ.
Yeah, very good message, V. I agree 1,000% with you that, you know, if you think our sons and daughters that are joining the military, and hats off for them to do that. But if you take a look at the campaigns, the charades, the amount of information, the things that are occurring, V, is that these wars are designed, they don't benefit us. They don't benefit the middle class. They don't benefit the hardworking Americans. They benefit the criminality
Right.
of the globalists, the elitists that utilize our military for their own personal greed and gain.
Right.
We don't benefit from it.
No.
We pay for it.
Oh, my son's joining the Marines. He's gonna go fight for freedom. No, he's not. Can we stop? Can we put down the Kool-Aid, the glass of Kool-Aid, that refreshing cold glass of Kool-Aid? This is that. Oh, there are doors. I mean, that's the whole thing. How do you give up? And it's a psychological programming. How would a parent give up the precious gift of a child over to a state and allow the state to do what they will and exact their will upon that individual? How do they do that? It's the rallying cry of patriotism. It's your son, your daughter, they're fighting for freedom. Oh, yes, what a noble cause. Here, go, son, go. Go wind up with PTSD. Go wind up with experimental vaccines. And then when you can't even function right, you got to go poop in a bag. Please come back to the VA and die in the waiting room. Or get blown to bits in some foreign war that has nothing to do with us, because we're fighting for freedom. So again, the question is, what the hell are we doing in Syria? Is it freedom? Whose freedom are we fighting for? ISIS's freedom? Because it ain't for the freedom of the Syrian people. And don't give me that bullshit about the free Syrian army. They're not free and they're not Syrian. So let's cut that crap out. Let's not talk about Syrian refugees, because 99.999999999 of those people that are pouring into Europe are not Syrian. Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, the whole paradigm needs to change. It's time to bring our troops home. The South Koreans don't want us there in the peninsula anymore. They don't even want the THAAD missile defense system.
Which is a piece of shit that can't freaking shoot down anything. Anyway, continue, CJ.
No, just across the globe, right now we're just being rejected. And, for those that are awake, like Rogue Money listeners, it's almost at the point where we look kind of foolish, V. It really does. I mean, it's
so dumb. The whole world's woken up to this nonsense. The rest of the world realized, hey, you know what? If we're going to get bullied by America, all we got to do is give a phone call to China and Russia, and they'll squash it. They'll squash it. They'll put an end to it. We're not the leaders of the world. We're not the superpowers. Bloody joke, man. Bloody joke. Anyway, Nevada's, bro, looking for some blockchain technology. They want to be the Silicon Valley of blockchain startups, huh?
They do. They do. And Ben Armani shared this with a little bit, as far as, some of the headquarters there in Nevada, the tech giants that are moving out there. And now it looks like they're getting really serious about, blockchain startups. And they have actually passed legislation in Nevada, specifically stating, listen, we want you to come here to Nevada. We're not going to tax blockchain startups, any type of, regulations. We really want to open this up. And this is coming directly from the governor himself. So they are really opening up to blockchain technology, to the future technologies are going to be driving the next industrial revolution in our country. So this is a great thing. So this lead sponsor recently passed bill prohibits the taxation of blockchain technology in the U.S. state. And this was confirmed in an interview with one of the senators from there. So again, these are some of the things that states are doing. They realize that, citizens from California, from Illinois, they're flooding these overtax burdened states to go to where the new evolving technologies are going to be. And Nevada's going to be right front and center of it, V.
Yep, absolutely, man. It's the blockchain. You know, it's instead of spending money on stupid Syrian escapades, this is the kind of crap that money could be used for. You know, this is the. I mean, dude, have you seen the documentary on America's failing infrastructures that's been circulating around the internet?
I have not now.
Dude, I recommend anybody to go see it. Just type in America's failing infrastructures. Just type it into YouTube. You can see this documentary. I think it's about 30 minutes. And I'll take you through the whole entire gambit where you can see the absolute decay. We are a third world country, people. We are like a third world country at this point with how debilitated our infrastructure is. It's unbelievable. And this is where we can be spending money on. But we need to kill the freaking military industrial complex idiots and these deep state characters who are running around running amok. They're running rampant. That's the problem here. The establishment needs to go. Anyway, speaking of things that are happening here, some major news in the business world. Amazon just purchased Whole Foods, bro. They're on collision with Walmart.
Yeah, this is a huge move, and I was listening to some of the analysts yesterday on TV, and it's amazing how disconnected they are with Amazon's initiative to do this. They're like, oh, Amazon's getting into brick and mortar. No, they're not. Amazon is out to completely transform retail the way that we know it, V.
Explain that to us, bro. Like, what do they plan on doing?
So again, Amazon is on this huge push in terms of innovation, technology, utilizing their new platform. They're currently actually piloting in Seattle, Washington right now, these Amazon one shop or one stop, basically where you can go in with your smartphone. I'm sure that you have to register, you probably have to have a card, Bitcoin, something on file. You basically walk into these retail establishments, going around, picking up your merchandise, scanning as you're picking it up, putting it in your bag, and there's no cashier. There's no,
it's a beautiful thing.
You walk in and basically you walk out with your product.
Yep, so, and it's all connected with your phone, brother.
And this is going to basically, revolutionize retail.
I love it.
And yeah, and granted, now they may, again, just expand their services. So when you think of Amazon, yeah, you can have it delivered to home, but if you don't want to deliver it at home, guess what? You can have it delivered to your local, Whole Foods. So this is gonna, if I was Walmart, if I was any, retail chain right now, CVS, I would be aggressively looking at the technology that's going to change in the next 10 to 25 years, because Amazon is going to make this happen.
Amazon is going to make this happen, bro. I mean, they got the technology end of it, and you win by technology and innovation. Now look at this. Everybody, like our famous Russian analyst, the cold weather Siberian bear himself, would come out of when the weather starts to thaw in the spring, would say that Whole Foods is called whole paycheck because you literally spend your whole paycheck. Whole Foods is the most overpriced health food store I've ever been to. Like, I don't shop at Whole Foods. Like, I'm not an idiot. I'd go to Trader Joe's. I go to the local mom and pop health food stores, which are typically cheaper than Whole Foods, and you're getting the same thing. So what Amazon is doing, Siege, and here's the angle that people need to view. Amazon is going to lower Whole Foods' notoriously ridiculous high prices, enabling it to pursue Walmart's customers. Walmart is in the pinch because you got Amazon hitting them now with Whole Foods. At the same time, let's not forget Aldi, CJ. Aldi and Germany's biggest chain, Lidl, they're coming into the U.S. fast and furious, and Aldi's is the company that owns Trader Joe's. They're the parent company of Trader Joe's. I go to Aldi's all the time. I buy their Simply Natural. Their friggin' coffees are delicious. If you hear me talking about, hey, I'm drinking my guatemala in the morning, well, I'm having an Aldi's Guatemalan extra bold. It's delicious. It's organic, and it's $4 for like 12 cups. It's freaking phenomenal. It's like four and change. You can't beat that price. I buy a lot of their pasta. See, being from New York, I know a little bit about pasta. Aldi's spaghetti. Go buy the Simply Natural Aldi's spaghetti. My God, it tastes like homemade pasta. I kid you not. Like somebody, like my aunt, my nonna was in the kitchen, and she's, got the eggs and the flour and the dough, and she's cutting pasta. That's what it tastes like. And the pasta sauce, you got to get Aldi's Primavera spaghetti sauce, which is like, I think it's $1.89 for a jar, CJ. And you look at the ingredients, it's all natural. Extra virgin olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, onions. That's it. There's nothing else to it. It's not like an extensive list of 50 different things. Simple
Oh, you're
ingredients.
right, and their fresh fruit is significantly cheaper
Big
than
time.
going to a traditional grocery store. They have a great healthy section, gluten free.
Yep.
My wife, shops there, and then also they have a couple of wines that are like ranked the top wines in the country. That
Yep.
Aldi's has for like $7.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love Aldi's, and I can't wait for Lidl to come over as well, because Lidl is Aldi's number one competitor back in Germany. The Germans, they are about efficiency, so they know all about running an efficient thing. Unreal, man. It's awesome. And speaking of Aldi's, they're expanding how many stores now, bud?
They're going to expand 900 stores in their footprint in the U.S. So this is going to be a huge impact. And I think by the time it's said and done, it's a $3.4 billion investment. So they'll end up with, I believe, close to 2,500 U.S. stores by 2022.
Absolutely. And Walmart, who is this megalith, who's just so big and bloated, cannot react fast enough, man. Can't. She's dead. Walmart was going to go the way of Sears, buddy.
Well, you see it. It's a huge shift that's occurring. Traditional retail, they have not done enough to keep up with the technology some of these companies are instituting. If you take a look here at the U.S., one of the only other retailers that's really building new stores right now is Dollar General. And Dollar General, no frill shopping.
Right. Generally, things are not $1 in there, but go ahead.
No, they're not. They're not. No, I was just going to state that it looks like, again, that Aldi's is trying to become, in that sense, but more towards the grocery line. So again, it's not going to be no frills. They're going to be nice stores. All these stores are very nice. Do you have to get your shopping cart, pay a quarter for your shopping cart? Yeah, if you want one, and specifically around, because those shopping carts are very expensive to replace if they're gone. I remember being in that retail sector for a while and having to always order shopping carts at $500 a pop whenever people would take them home or they would get confiscated. Real funny story, real quick, V, is in Arizona, they actually have a city law that gives a city permission to go ahead and pick up the carts and then sell them and charge them back to retail. And they would pick them up off the store's parking lots and then sell them back to the retailer.
There you go.
So just crazy. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, this is really going to change the landscape of traditional, grocery retail here in America, happening real soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, guys, we're at the end of the broadcast. Apart from that, I mean, there's nothing else to be said, man.
That's it.
And we might be back later in the afternoon. I don't know yet. We might be touch and go, depending on what my schedule is with the Trading Terror Dome. Dex will never do the show without me. So it's the bromance that we have, I get it. I'm irresistible like that. So anyway, thank you all for listening in. We will be back tomorrow at the latest. Well, we'll catch you all later. We are over and out. Take it away, CJ. Oh, check out our sponsors as well. MyFreedomNow.us. Get your funds, get your money, make it happen. Investments, make your dream come true. We're out, CJ. Take it out.